How you doing there, guys? Bob, Shadow Hobbies again. We just got in the SCX6. Actually, I got in a few days ago, but I've been a little busy, so I haven't had time to quite open it up. In typical Shadow fashion, we're gonna crack this puppy open. It's still sealed, and I have not done any research on this whatsoever. So you are gonna see it as I see it, which I get a lot of these review guys that say, oh man, you're supposed to do your research. Well, the whole point is for me not to do my research and for me to see it as you would see it the first time. That is the whole point. So, although I'm in the hobby business, I don't always get to know everything because a lot of these guys that do reviews and whatnot, this is all they do, they live for. Unfortunately, having 40,000 different items in a hobby store and about 100 different facets of the hobby, I don't get to focus in on anything. So, with that being said, here we go. Let's see what we got. Got foam. Car's in upside down, that's okay. Let's yank her out. It's big. It's definitely big. Yeah. That's it. What do we have here? And peekaboo. A lot of big stuff. Lots of big stuff. You'll note this time I actually have a cameraman who happens to be a part-time employee slash type manager kind of guy who's got a real job now, unfortunately. Manual with stuff in it. Batteries for the transmitter, which don't usually work very well, but that's besides the point, guys. I always recommend hobby grade batteries that are like Traxxas or the ones from Team Associated. They seem to last a lot longer than Evereadys and stuff. Well, that's the bottom of it, as you can see. And I'm assuming this has a transmitter in here somewhere while you guys are looking at that. Oh, there it is. Found the transmitter. And it's got the DX3 transmitter in it, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with this thing that sometimes works well and sometimes does not work well. It's been an issue at times. It's got that thumb steering doodad on here that a lot of the guys like. I'm not that big into crawling, although we carry probably $100,000 worth of crawling stuff, but besides the point, again. So let's see what we got. And I know the body's gonna come up on this thing. Oh, I see. I think we got some body clips right here. And right here. Let's hope it just flips up. Guess not. Again, this is what happens when you don't figure out things ahead of time. No, it does come up. And I just pulled the wires out for the lights, but that's okay. Do I have an issue back here? All right. I don't know why the lid's not lifting up, but I'll figure that out. Oh, I see the body pins back in. It doesn't lift up, guys. It just comes off, period. At least the pull tabs are easy to get to. Come on. There we go. I crashed it already. Okay. So the body seems to have a driver in there. The windows are so tinted though, you can hardly see them. Oh, you can see them in the front. You can't really see them in the sides though. It's kind of dark if you look through the side. And he seems to be in there okay. He doesn't have a 5-point harness or anything, but underneath you can see the wiring for the lighting. It's got headlights in it, tail lights. Pretty nice sturdy body though. Kind of like it. I don't usually say I like too many things, but all right, so let's zero in here. Let's look at the motor and the transmission here. This apparently is a 2-speed, could be a 3-speed trans, I don't know. Again, I didn't read about it or anything, but it's at least got a high and a low on it. Spectrum, you're okay. Spectrum motor. The screen goes out after a little while. And it's the, let's see if I can see. I think this is a 1200 or an 1100 motor. Not quite sure. Could be an 1100, could even be an 8, no, it's not an 800. I think it's an 1100 motor. Transmission's pretty big and looks kind of heavy duty. You know, aluminum shocks, obviously. Nothing too frilly about it. 2 battery trays. From looking at the motor, I'm assuming that there's probably around 120 amp speed control, maybe a 150. Where is the speed control? It's buried under here somewhere. I imagine it's under this cap right here, probably, because I see the button for it. So I'm gonna assume that it's about 120 ampere. That's what I would figure. So you could either run probably two S's or one 4S. You could even run a 3S on it if you don't want all that much power. It's got a little, you know, plastic motor here that you could paint up and stuff, looks like. Not too bad. Spectrum servos in it. Not a big fan of Spectrum servos. We've had issues with those over the past. These companies don't put in the best servo most of the time because they got to save money somewhere. I mean, we make our own servos. They're about $100, and they're bulletproof. They last for about 5 to 10 years, but unfortunately not in that size. The front differential obviously is a solid housing. I'm sure a lot of aftermarket stuff will start coming out for this. The steering rods and stuff are pretty heavy duty. Everything looks pretty heavy duty. I think you probably have a hard time breaking this crawling. As far as bashing goes, I'm not sure. But obviously 17 millimeter hubs, I think. It's actually hard to see inside there. They look like they're 17s. That would make sense. So you could always put on bigger tires or smaller tires, depending upon which way you want to go. But and you know what? I haven't found anything really bad, so I can't say anything bad. I got a bunch of these coming in, so we'll have them here too if you're a local. Plastic drive shaft, which I'm sure at some point somebody's going to come out with a metal one. It doesn't look bad. I mean, I'm probably not going to road test it or anything because I'm sure we'll come up short on these the way things are coming in as slowly as they're coming in. So, not too bad. No, I got nothing bad to say on this one, guys. Hate to say it. I usually have something bad to say. Oh, the price point. Price point. I think this is around $1,000 or so. So, everything's up now, you know. I won't be political. And it is what it is. Everything's up like 30%. So normally, under a normal pricing situation, this thing would probably only be about $800. I believe it's around $1,000. And from what I can see, though, it's probably worth buying. All right. That's pretty much it, guys. That's all I got. Shadow Hobbies, Woodland Park, New Jersey. And that's it. We're out. See ya.